Hi, Shaken Gas Boost here. Obake-san's ghost. This is my quest Link's Decision 2, Chronos, the Tears of Fate. Stardate 24 point, gamma? Whatever the date and or time happens to be. We completed all the ancillary and optional stuff. We even 100%ed the pieces of heart. All the items, health, magic that are left to get within the entire game are in this dungeon. So, level 6-3 in the present, the Flooded Temple. I guess all of the items that the wizard can get, sure. The song here is, Zombies Ate My Neighbors the Day of the Tentacle. That's just the name of one of the levels on it. Another song used them too. It's a fun game, overhead, we try to avoid and kill zombies to escape from everything. And it was meant as like a comedy game. So I will admit that the last couple of videos were not my first take on that. I went through 3 videos of collecting all the miscellaneous items and stuff like that, and that whole thing previously I made one attempt at, and I really didn't notice what was going on because that video ended up being an hour and 20 minutes continuous of me just going through all of the stuff, trying to talk. I'm sure it was much more boring than normally is, but I didn't want to post that whole thing. It seemed kind of not really cheap. It would have been difficult to edit into multiple pieces appropriately. The issue was that at the end of all of the things, at the beginning of all of the things, I go through a certain order of different things to say, starting out on the starting screen and a few other similar things. And at the end, I always look at the pause screen. You can see the clock and whatever. So that would have been extremely difficult to put in, or at least extremely time-consuming. I'm sure I could actually do it, but there is the map, but we can't get to it yet. The thief would be able to get to it, but we are not the thief. And then this puzzle scheme we've seen repeatedly in the game. Checkerboard with certain things filled in to make it more difficult. But let's see, aside from that, there were a couple of instances where I replaced the audio of in one of the videos, or changed it, a piece of audio in a few videos. There were, let's see, the cliffhanger thing from before I chose which class to do. I think we are missing a key here. And no, not that one. So aside from the cliffhanger thing, there were 2 or 3 instances where I forgot to mention one of the songs. And so that was kind of an issue, because it wasn't even the last song we had heard. So on the next video, describing the song would have been like a couple of songs ago in the previous video. That was just too much. So I edited in the audio for which song it is that I recorded afterwards. But really, that's pretty much it. I did something with the last episode where I replaced the first 8 seconds of audio. But, yeah, it's really just done for, when, you know, I missed saying something completely. Can't get that key. Not even any point to killing them. All they're gonna drop is magic, and they're all gonna respawn anyways. Yeah, if it wasn't obvious from the audio quality, I do make some post-production changes to these videos. I mean, not really the videos, but the audio I do a lot. The video, obviously, I have to trim a little bit from the start and the end, but the audio I do mess with a whole bunch, just to cancel all the noise, to get the volume good throughout the video, really removing big spikes in volume. But I don't really need to go into the editing process that I use because I actually have a video made already of me doing the actual video editing for part 16 for the videos that got uploaded. So I'll upload that eventually. That is exactly the video of me making the file that got uploaded. But yeah, I mess around with Audacity for the audio and AVI demux for the video, or AVID demux. Normally you'd want to use a much better video editor than that, and I highly recommend checking out VSDC. That's a free open source video player, and you can edit a lot with that. So there is the switch. As you can see, not really having an effect yet. And we can skip that for now too. We're just looking to get towards the start of this again. I guess I don't need to kill things so much. I've already bought everything that needs buying. The only thing I may have to buy again would be potions. You know, if I use my potions, I will want to restore them. So here's where the level gets a little different. So we come up on the northern side of the map, and now it is, well, flooded, just like the name had promised, but hadn't quite delivered on yet. So just to make sure, we can go back here, and it will still be like it was. We actually have to find a different button to flood the southern side. So aside from that, I think it's pretty obvious that some of this is kind of almost scripted. It's not really. I have a list of bullet points that I try to follow. That's about all that I do. But I, just kind of read the bullet points. Occasionally, there is something, actually, let's go this way first. There is, something I do, with multiple takes also, with the start of it. Occasionally, I completely mess up the opening thing, and it's just good to do the recording on the second attempt. I'm just gonna mess it up, but the second attempt, or the first attempts, when that's the case, they're usually less than a minute, sometimes considerably less than a minute. But I do like to try and do it while playing, since that is, I don't want to say that playing is the distraction, talking is the distraction, but either way, I want my practice to match what is actually going on. And this one I haven't had to restart at all. Okay, I had to restart once when I messed up saying my name. Or at least something. So yeah, it's best, I think, to practice saying the stuff while playing to make sure, and it's probably also good to not start the video with a fresh voice if you're going to be talking for a good solid half an hour. That was actually a very nice boomerang. Took care of all of that stuff. And that was annoying. Do have to go here though, because there was that key. There we go, and even got a heart from it. These guys are always going to be difficult since I don't have a hammer. But the fire boomerang is good enough for me. There was actually one video that I redid entirely out of anger. The video ended up being exactly 30 minutes and 20 seconds, and YouTube only allows me to upload videos that are 15 minutes long. So that meant that it was 20 seconds too long to upload with 2 videos, and that was just too frustrating. So I just gave up. I didn't save the game. and I just went through it a second time. I kind of dawdled somewhere on the first attempt, and the second attempt was no problem. Which way do I go first? Actually, we can take a look at this real quick. Now that I think about it, I hope this video isn't going to be too long, because I really don't pay attention to that. Well, obviously the one time I did not pay attention in the least, but we are going over to this side, and we can see nothing we can do here. So yeah, I just felt like I had to do that one again. It was too annoying to have it 20 seconds off. It was one of the early ones though, maybe like 9 or 10 or something like that. Not a recent one where things were actually getting more difficult, especially with the puzzles. But of course the first time I wasn't paying a whole lot of attention to it, because I was not expecting to have to do it a second time. That room was completely useless, because I should have known that it was useless the previous time, or had a key, I guess. So there wasn't going to be anything in it this time. And let's see here. We have... This is definitely a room I have not been in before, because there is a pushable block, and I don't remember having this many blue dart nuts until I killed a splitting dart nut or two. Ah, yes, bombs. I will take one bomb, or one rupee for the bomb. It needs to take something. Have a key we can finally get, and the second switch out of 2. So now we have to go back to the first side again. So we will, no, we will need to go back the way we looked at just now, where we didn't have the water risen yet. So enemies are still ridiculously easy to kill. We will eventually get to something for that. But now we can make it to the other side. There we go. And nothing. Oh, I hope they don't respawn by the, before I get back. Fire against fire. That worked out pretty easily. I mean, it's not a whole lot of a challenge. And we were through this part before. We couldn't get to that door down. We had to go left for what we were doing. But at least this place isn't all that big. now get to that side, but we annoyingly need a key first, which we, of course, we're not going to get here because we've already been here. Let's see, where else was there a key? Well, can't go that way again, but I can go this way. Yeah, this was somewhere I already killed the enemies. Yep, nothing on the right-hand side here. And there's my key finally. We saw this before. There was a passageway on the lower level on the left side. So, we got our key. I think this is the last key in the level, but I am not sure. And of course, I could have skipped the keys entirely. The wizard does get the magic key, but I declined to pick it up. It's just better to demonstrate, you know, more with the game if I didn't have the magic key. And I would have, of course, missed a bunch of stuff because I can't tell how many keys I picked up. Once I have the magic one, it just says A constantly. Unfortunately, this is the only time you actually have to do this puzzle. Actually, that was not the only. That was not even the right time to do it. I've got to go this way first. And yes, they came back. But not a problem, and we got back to full health. I also have plenty to buy another potion if it comes to that. So, yeah, thanks a lot, clock. That was so useful. And of course the Zoras don't count for enemies as far as clearing the room to pick up items or to open shutters. But they're easy enough to kill when they decide to pop up right next to you. Oh, and we got one more block puzzle here. What can we do? Does this work? Okay, good. And there's our last key, rather. So, yeah, you were gonna die one way or the other. Let's see. That worked out pretty easily. And do not want to step on the spikes. I do have the magic boots that let me step on them, but they do use up magic. And honestly, I don't think I'll need to use any magic on the bosses. They're not the most difficult bosses in the game yet. But this is the last tier to get. This is the final tier dungeon, so next we go after Ganon. Okay. That does it for health. And now we have to do this puzzle. I shouldn't have done it before, but oh well. Yeah, second clock. Awesome. Completely necessary. But yeah, the point of this room was that you only have to do the long pushing of the blocks once. You could have to... Ooh, too far. You could have to do it more than once if you take the wrong path. But it's not far to go back and take the right path. But it doesn't take that long, really. And wait, we've already been here. We don't need to kill everything. That was the door we took to avoid that before. And we already killed these guys. They gave us the compass. These things are easy enough, but they do move around a lot. And that does it for them. Nothing here. And the boss, Patra 2, we've already come across one of these in, I don't know, the class dungeon maybe? Fortunately here, we are going to get our health back to full after this fight. But I will still use my magic before having to use my potion if it comes to that. Venus Fire doesn't do anything against it, but I can definitely do Neighbor's Love. The way this thing is shooting at me, this might be Patra 4 and not Patra 3. But I'm down to the end layer, so almost there. Alright, if I'm gonna brute force the rest of this, I am going to take the invincibility. There we go. Final heart container. We got all of our magic containers. A jungle cave takes you to the bunker. So that will do it for this video. Next time it is going to be time to start getting level 7 taken care of with Gan. Thanks for watching.